Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's Chewy from Sweet and Sour Production, and sorry for the lack of videos this week. I've been pretty busy with school work and work, but moving on. Now that we're done with the basic body shape of a person, we're going to go ahead and go into detailed body parts. And in this tutorial, we are going to cover on how to draw hands and feet. And let's go again. Let's go ahead and get started with hands. Alright, and let's go ahead and jump into drawing hands. And what we're going to do first is start by drawing the palm. So let's go ahead and get that drawn. And let's go ahead and draw a circle here for the wrist. Alright, and the way I'm going to be doing it's going to be the right hand sort of facing down. And starting out, let's go ahead and draw our 4 circles for the fingers. And if you notice, I didn't draw these in a straight line, and that's sort of to match your hands. Normally your knuckles are not in a straight line. And then let's go ahead and draw an ellipses right here for the thumb. And then extending from these, let's go ahead and draw a dot here as a guideline. And go ahead and move the circle a little bit more in the center. And then let's go ahead and sort of draw some lines from the center of the circles to the point on the wrist. And sort of what these lines represent is the normal for if you were to extend your fingers, where it would be. Alright, and now that we got that, let's go ahead and draw the fingers. And if you notice, when I draw our fingers, they're slightly bulging out between the circles. And that's just how they look naturally with the muscles. Well, maybe not really, but I sort of emphasize them a little bit more in this tutorial. Alright, and then let's go ahead and draw these circles. I'm going to move that down a little bit. And I know it's different for everyone, but for me, my ring finger is slightly longer than my index finger, so I'm going to go ahead and draw like that. Alright, let's go ahead and draw the middle finger. And personally, for me, I normally don't draw hands this detailed. One of the reasons for that is normally when I normally draw full body characters, so the details on the hands I don't pay much attention to. Alright, then let's go ahead and draw out the rest of the palm and move on to the thumb. Alright, that looks good. Alright, and then let's go ahead and draw the rest of the palm on this side. Alright. And I will go ahead and fix this index finger. It did look a little weird. We draw the circle right here and we draw our lines for it. Alright, and there we go. Basic shape for a hand. And then moving on, we're gonna go ahead and go into advanced hands. Sorry about that, let me go ahead and move it up a little bit. Alright, moving on, let's go ahead and go into advanced hands. And I'm going to go ahead and say apologize for if in the previous part of this video the focus was going on and off. I forgot to set it or turn off the auto for it. And then let's go ahead and move on to drawing more advanced hand positions. And in this drawing, we're gonna draw it like he's gonna grip let's say a sword. He's going to grip a sword. So let's go ahead and draw the main outline of the hand. So go ahead and start out with the palm, and then we're going to go ahead and draw a circle for the wrist and then the part of the arm. And then how I'm going to be drawing this is if he's holding the sword like this. So his you're going to be able to see the details in the fingers. And let's go ahead and draw our 4 circles. And go ahead and draw an ellipses or an oval right here for the thumb. And then as you can tell, fingers have 2 joints, so they have sort of 3 sections. But when he's holding the sword, the first section is going to be pointing towards you, or in this view it's going to be pointing towards you. So the first joint actually doesn't really exist here. So then we're going to go ahead and draw in a second joint, the second and third joint. So second joint grips the sword, so let's go ahead and draw that out. Alright, and then let's go ahead and draw the last joint. And since this the last joint is sort of curling in, it's going to be a little smaller. I'll erase that to make it look clear. Go ahead and change this a little bit. Go ahead and change this a little bit as well. So sort of the fingers, they converge to a closer sort of towards the center. Alright, and let's go ahead and draw the thumb. And if at any point you have any, well, I'm going to go ahead and start by saying, in this tutorial I'm going to cover sort of a few, or maybe this might be only one of the sort of more advanced hand styles. And that's because theoretically there's an infinite combinations of how to draw hands, and there's just not enough time to go through every one of them. So as sort of a tip for how to draw hands, the easiest thing I could say is just use your hand and then sort of use it as a model for this one. And you can't see it on camera, but while I was drawing, I was also clenching my fist on this side, and I'm going to show it and sort of mirroring it on this side. So then, all right. So there's that, and then let's go ahead and draw some of the wrinkles within the palm, and then let's go ahead and draw sort of the object he's holding, so like a sword. So just draw some basic outlines, and there you have it, the basic outlines of how to draw sort of a more advanced hand position. In this case, he's sort of holding a sword. And in the next tutorial, we're going to go ahead and jump into feet, so no pun intended. Alright, and moving on to feet. Let's go ahead and start with the sort of the ankle, so a circle for the ankle. And then, well, first off, I'm going to be drawing this in a side view, so let's go ahead and draw, what do I want to draw? Sort of basic outline for the feet, so like a triangle sort of way. That looks good. And let's go ahead and draw sort of the rest of the leg. Yeah, it looks about right. I was wondering what I was doing there. I was trying to imagine how long the leg would be if sort of the thickness of this seemed right for the length of the leg, and it seemed alright. Then let's go ahead and draw the rest of this out. Then like before, let's go ahead and draw sort of a circle for the joint of the toes. And normally if it's the barefoot character, you the bottom here rises a little bit and then goes back down right here towards the end of the feet, and then rises a little bit again for the toes. So let's go ahead and start with the pinky toe. Oh, let me put that circle a little bit more lower. And normally for me, I know it's different for most people, but I guess you can say my index toe or my second toe is longer than my big toe, so I'm gonna go ahead and extend that out a little bit more. And we'll go ahead and break that up. Add another toe in there. Alright, and there we go. The basics for sort of a side view. And then let's go ahead and jump into a more frontal or three-dimensional view of the foot. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into a more sort of three-dimensional of the foot. And then again, let's go ahead and start with the ankle, and from there we'll go ahead and draw the shin, the calf, whatever you want to call it. And then let's go ahead and draw it like sort of the person's jumping, so let's go ahead and draw the feet, draw the toes, because it could be sort of like he's jumping. Alright, and then let's go ahead and draw in some more detail. So let's go ahead and draw the end of the foot right here. And then right here's going to be where the toes are going to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the toes are sort of like in a partially frontal view, so there's not much detail to draw in. And personally for me, I almost never draw barefoot. Mostly my characters normally are wearing boots or shoes or something of that nature, so I normally don't focus so much on toes. Okay, right. And there we have it. Sort of like a more dimensional view of toes. And in this tutorial, I'm not going to be covering sort of like the advanced positions or advanced positions of feet, because there's not really much to talk about them. Most pictures, for most drawings in general, either you're going to draw sort of either full body, so you don't need to pay as much attention to the feet, or normally it's the upper half of the body you're paying attention to. Sorry if you can hear that. And I can see if at one point, if you're trying to draw sort of a kicking action, you might want to go into detail into the feet, but then normally in most cases you generally don't. So this is going to be the end of your fourth tutorial on how to draw manga. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Chewy signing out.